Hi everyone, I'm Nu-Trix. Welcome back. Today we're going to go through Auria Pro and use it to mix one of my songs I'm working right now on. It's a song that I started composing in Gadget. I exported it and put it into Ableton Live and then was able to play back hardware, recording the hardware back into Ableton Live and put it into Auria Pro. Now I'm going to ask me, why don't I mix into Ableton Live? Well, I like to have the limit of, not just the limit, it's a question of I'm changing jobs. Now I'm going to mix. I'm not creating anymore. And in the mixing stage, Auria Pro is superb for that. It's really made to be a mixer, a replacement of a console, and it's really powerful. So I'm going to go through it. And I did what I just talked about. I did a video about it, should be there in the corner, where I actually talk about the process of going from Gadget to Ableton to Auria Pro. So one of the first thing I do in Auria Pro is actually import the tracks, and then I will take them and normalize them. Now, normalize, you need to understand, I'm going to show you one of them, okay? You've got two windows in Auria Pro mostly. You've got the mixing window, the console, and I would say the wave tracks. If you look at the tracks, some of them are already normalized, and one of them I did not, so I kept that one for a demo. The SH01A here, this track, if I press on it, okay, it's the one before the last one at the bottom. If I press on this one once, and then I go into process, I can actually say, I want to normalize it. And then a stupid normalize would just go and take the maximum peak of all the track and push that to the maximum. But today's version, you can say, well, I don't want maximized. I want to go to, let's say, in my case, I like to go at around -6. Okay? And I'm not even precise about it because I'm going to mix anyway. So I want to be around -6. I'll go, okay. And look at the last one when it's going to be finished scanning and processing. You're going to see that the volume will go up quite drastically on this one here. Saw the volume went up? Okay, so now it might be too loud in the mix now. But then what I have now is a track that sounds more normal in volume. If I look at the neutron, this one here also looks very low. I'm going to click on this one and I'm going to do the same thing. Process, normalize, same place, around -6. Bring that volume up just so I can actually use it after. Let's look into that. And then I have, bam, volume, okay? So it works. So then it means that I'm working with okay volumes, you know, to start from. But one thing that might happen when you do this, if you go back into the mixing window, if I press play, you're going to see that some of these tracks, the Rocket, the Micro Freak, the Neutron, the JP8000, they have background noises now. So these noises might not be really loud in a normal mix environment, but because now they are normalized, well, the background noise also has been pushed up. So if it becomes a problem, if you hear it, let's say I'm going to solo these tracks only, and let's listen to see if we have a background noise with them. It doesn't seem to be a problem. This one is playing. But let's say for you it is a problem. Let's bring it up. So if you find that these are problems, so these could be problematic for you. So what do we do for that? We actually go in and we can go, let's say, in effects on the first one and say I'm going to activate, well, there's this volume, I'm going to activate an expander. Play now. I'm going to go back a little bit on. Let's take that section here, and well, that's something when I work, I will actually go in, and I will select a section with the two value for the locators if you want for a loop, and I'm in loop mode most of the time, so it's easier for me to actually just loop that part over and over and over again, and just work on the sound. Now let's go back to the mixing section. So now this one, wait a sec, I'll go back to effects, there is a background noise. Now it's gone. Okay, now it's gone because now the expender is saying if you're under this value, which is in this case, where is it? It's here. If you're under this value, it will actually go down. It will bring the volume. The threshold is here. Sorry, top here. Threshold is here. If you're under, I don't know, 18 dB, it will bring it down even lower. So that's what you want. You want it to be quick and the volume to go down, so you don't have that noise. So I'm going to do the same thing for all the other ones. Just activate this. The default value was good for me, so I'm not going to change anything else. So then it means that when I use these 5-1 here, it will become a lot cleaner, because when there's nothing playing, the expender will bring the volume to 0. So I'm just cleaning up my tracks without having to silent anything to clean up the track. It's just like using a gate. That's what an expender is. So what I have now is a cleaner input when I play these tracks. Same thing here. I've got the expender on. So I've got a clean startup for these tracks. If I don't have anything playing on these, I just have this clean. Then we get a place where it works. Okay. I should actually turn these solo off and listen to what this sounds like. Well, it's a little bit loud. Bring that down a little bit. Okay. So the way I worked at it, I'm looking at the tracks and I'm okay. I'm going to place my drum first because it's going to be driving the whole song. And then I'm going to place my lead. And then I'm going to have to put everything around it. Because the kick, it's going to be a major part of it. I mean, you hear it right away. Okay, you get the kick and you get the hi-hats. Let's just stay in that section. So I just have these two. Okay, so I'm going to loop that section. Go here. If you listen just to the kick, you see that the kick, I'm using a Saturn effect. It's from Fab Filter. And it's just what they call the effect is actually a kick drum designer. If I turn it off, so my original sound is quite good still. This one has a little bit more bite, like a little bit. So I'm going to keep it for now. We'll see if it fits with the rest as I go along. The hi-hats, if I had nothing on them, that was the hi-hat. You know, you got the hi-hat left and right, and you got this kind of a wash sound. And I tried this thing on it. Do you have anything on this one? I've got nothing. This one here. I put this. I like the mangle curve from Untitled. You've got this kind of depth that you have in it. It becomes wide, and the depth is interesting. Okay. It creates that wide sound right away. So if I go further in the song, now I'm going to have some lead coming in. So I'm going to loop that section now. Go in here. I'm going to hear that lead. I'm going to come back for the rest of the song. So this one alone, something like this, which is by default. I could keep it this way. Actually, let's keep it this. I'm gonna add maybe some presence using one of the provided effect, which is the micro warmer from PSP. And this, you can say, well, I'm gonna play it's a rhythm guitar, or if it's a lead guitar. You can bring that a bit down here. I like that. And as we go along, the next section would be here. I've got the bass starting now. So I've got this. No. This. So I've got the bass now playing. Go back to the mixing. So the bass is. So again, on this one, I've got the microwave again. The micro warmer. Turned it off. It's a little bit the sound becomes fatter, louder, a little bit wider. So it's a little bit of a compressor at the same time. And it's rounder, so I like it. So, okay, let's say for now, just this effect is cool because I'm starting with sound that I already like. So, and let's go to that section now where you have kind of introduction of pads. Some by the JP1000 and some by the Micro Freaks. So the JP1000 and the Micro Freak. Okay, let's go to the other side and let's go into this one. So that's the original sound with the microwave, so to bring it louder, because if you take this out, actually we're going to go back here. Let's just loop this section. You back here. Okay, so we just hear this part. So you see that this is not very loud. So by actually going in here and adding this, it just beefs up. But then I don't want too much bass because it's going to fight with the bass itself. So let's go back into here and let's actually cut some of the bass here. I'm going to activate the EQ. And I'm going to say it's going to be a cutoff. You know, there's a peak and there's the cut. So I'm going to cut the frequencies under, yeah. Do you hear the difference? So that's the normal one. And then what's the cut? Actually, let's say go to 200. So that means that you're cutting that part. So when I combine with the bass, there's less fighting between the two, which is perfect. I don't want that. But then I want it to be wide. It's a pad. It's supposed to be wide. So what do I have? Do I have something here? I have the wider, but wider sounds bizarre in this thing. Listen to this. It sounds just phasey. It doesn't sound wide. So, because probably it's already stereo, I don't know, I'm going to take another one. What can we try to do a wider sound here? I've got so much options here. It's kind of it's the problem of having too much options. It sounds stupid, but it is. Let's try something again with, what kind of reverb do I have here? I've got the model, blah, blah, blah. Sugar Bytes. Just, I want something like a reverb. Bliss, maybe? Let's try a Bliss reverb. What they have here. A little bit metallic. That's interesting. It's wide, it's not in your face, and that's what I want. I want something, if I take this back, give some space. Okay, I like it. Keep it this one. And I've got this Micro Freak here that I want to use at the same time. So if I use these two, oops, sorry, this one here. This, again, if I go here, what do I have? Bring the volume a little higher. Not too loud, need to listen in position, it plays with the rest of it. Okay, let's try if we go back here, and then we're going to listen to a wider section to see how it sounds with the rest of it. Say this section here. So now it becomes too loud. It was okay with the first one, but now this one is too loud, so I'm going to have to write the fader. So why do I do that? I'm going to go back here, and then because I'm going to do it between these section here. So for the first part here, this one here, this is the right volume. But then when I go after 29, I measure 29, Now it's too loud. So how do I go about doing that? I'm going to go back here. This is the micro freak. I'm going to say I'm going to write and record, write and read, sorry, the automation. So I'm just going to now go back here and see if this is how we do it. I know that's going to be at 29. I want to go back up, back down. See, it went down. Actually good. And it gives you the value of where I put it in the front at the top. Stop, get rid of the write, and I'm only in read mode. Now if I go back to the screen here, if I want to see the read mode, I bring that up, and here instead of seeing the audio, I got all these other controller here, and I changed the volume. The volume is, I've got this now. You see the automation. So I brought down the automation before, and then it's here. Now if I want to change it again, I can actually zoom in and select just that one and modify just that one, and or this one I want to delete it. I can say delete. It's gonna go on this one. I want to delete it, delete, and this one I want it to be low. I've got the -5. Well, I want a -7, so I'm gonna say -7 before, and that's it. So it's very rapid to edit what you want. And right now I'm not even using a controller. I'm just using the screen itself. But I could actually hook up. And I'm going to do another video about that, about how to hook up a UE controller and make that work. But so I'm into that window. Now if I want to go back to audio, normal, just the track, again, zoom out, I can go back and work. And now let's listen to this. Where does the new bass fit? I've got second bass now. I've got the rocket. I've got this thing now. It's kind of round bass. I've got the first one, which is not as low. It's kind of a low mid, like this one has more button because there's actually, I put the micro warmer again. If I take it off, now I only have the base station. I want the rocket to start again. Come on. So two combined together, I can actually bring that up and not use a microwave, because I use a microwave, a micro warmer, it becomes really louder and the bass becomes more obvious. And maybe I want it to be wide, so I was looking into maybe adding kind of a weird chorus on it, but still it doesn't sound wide. You don't have that left-right effect. Let's try to, I'm curious about the wider again. Let's try this again, see if I can find something. Where's the wider? Wait a sec. This is a mono sound, isn't it? Yeah, that's a mono bass. That's a mono track. The microwave Walker Warner is stereo, so it's stereo. Because if you have a mono track, in this case they might stay mono, but if you have them, then actually let's take this one off just to see. Take this one off here. If you go here, you see, you can say I want to take from mono to stereo. If you say I want to have the micro warmer mono to stereo, it becomes stereo. You bring your track to become a stereo track. Okay, I'm going to say this is for bass, and to quick. This is kind of my original like sound. And again, this is very loud. Let's actually not use it for now. Let's try another one. I want to have something wide with this, like a stereo chorus. Actually, not mono. No, I want the stereo chorus. Stereo. Where's the stereo chorus? Here, this one. What do they have? Yeah, that's. That's interesting. So I've got some movement on the side now. If I bring these back in, we have these two bass. One is mono, the other one is wider because of the stereo chorus. I'll keep with that. Now this one is too loud. Let's go back to this. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to actually just take that little part here, okay, that just this one, okay, and I want to create something weird with it, going wah, wah, wah. I want to have this to feel more like a drop, and then it comes back. So I'm going to cut it up, and I'm going to do another track with it. So I'm going to take this one here. Actually, I'm going to go right away. And in the menu, I'm going to add a new add track. Here we go. Add track, mono track 1. Okay, it's at the bottom. I can take it, keep my finger on it, and then I can move it up and drop it here. Just wait. Okay, so I want to go here. Select that one. That's the one I want to select. I'm going to go split. And I'm going to go at the end of this one here, just at the end. Then I'm going to split. So this one is split. I'm going to take that part and move that one down. Did I move it away from side to side? I should not. It seems to be flat on. So this one, I can have some bizarre stuff happening. So I'm going to click just on this one. I'm going to loop just this one. Where's the loop? Here it is. Here, loop. Here you go. So if I press play now, I'm not sure this is like too much. What else do we have we can actually use? Let's try this one. I really love this because it's just like smash your sound into oblivious. Look at just a massive pad. So that could be a cool thing to use. Let's actually go back. It's cool, but not for this part. I'm going to use it later on. This is going to come back later in the mix, but it's for this one I want something that is still here what I'm doing. So this is too much. This is too much of like vapor sound. What can I actually use? You know when you have a sound in your head and you try to figure out where to actually pick the closest thing to do it. Actually, I think I'm going to go with the simplest. And I'm going to go with either Ultra Tap or Spring. Let's say Ultra Tap because the ping pong left, right, that's what I'm looking for. And the distortion does something. This is crap. Maybe this. Oh, this is a nice noise. Maybe a little bit more than half of it. Okay. And I'm going to go into the effect for this one. And I'm going to cut the low. I'm going to cut the very high also. Just it becomes a mid EQ, actually. So then I'm actually at a moment where I think I'm going to have to change some of the structure of the song. So now I was in the mixing mode, and it become obvious to me that to have the song evolve, I need to do changes. There's so much stuff happening now. I'm basically going to cut back. So I'm going to mute stuff to let the space for each of the sound I want to play and bring it some movement in it. So I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing right now and just making selection, muting stuff, because what I have right now is everything, which is too much. I know I'm putting everything because I don't know how much I'm going to cut when I'm going to go into the mix. So I'm mixing, but I'm at the same time I'm doing production choices. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep on doing this. I could take me hours. Maybe I'm going to stop and say I'm going to listen to it tomorrow. And when all of this is going to be done, then I'm going to go into mastering. For how I approach it, I put everything I can, and then I have to pull back, bring stuff out, because there's just too much. And that's what's happening now, is I'm getting to a point in the song where I've got everything that build up, but then there's too much stuff. So I need to pull things stuff and bring it down, maybe cut the drum, have some bizarre filtering, and then come back to, you know, create stop, back, mono, stereo movement. So I'll come back with a more complete version soon. So that's it. I hope it gives you a kind of a inside view on how to approach making mixes with the Auria Pro. And again, this is kind of a organic process for me. I'm not even thinking about how I'm going to structure it. I just know that I've got everything here, and I'm doing mixing and production at the same time, and no choice has been already made beforehand. So I don't know. I listen to the song, and as it goes, you know, up in the structure, I'm kind of organically reacting to it. There's another way that I sometimes do is I listen to the whole thing. I say, okay, this is you know, verse, you know, but I don't have specifically verse in this. It's not a song structured this way. But I would say like part 1, part 2, part A, B, C, B, A, B, whatever the structure you want. And then you might say, well, to do some changes between A the first time and A the second time. Well, the first time you don't have this, and the second time this sound is there, and then you have it evolve. So I could also just put it on the paper and write down. So because sometimes the song might be like 7 minutes long, and it's hard to just loop like 3 measures and then, okay, go on and go on. And then what did they do earlier? So there's many ways to do it. Right now I'm doing it in more organic. I react to it and that's it. But writing down a structure is also a great way to, I might actually try this on this one because it's a long song. Well, that's it. Hope you like it. Hope it's useful. Any question about it, put in the comments and, you know, click the notification bell so next time I do something, you know about it. And that's it. See you soon. Cheers.